Okay, I don't know if you guys could see that because Hayden was running the camera way low. Can you even see my head up here?
No.
Not a chance. Now we got to do that again.
I'm Clint Grover with Never Done Industries, and this is our father-son's project. This is my boy Kyler, my son Hayden. We are going to go completely through this truck. It's a 1971 Ford F100. It has the FE 390 in it. It's got a 4-speed manual. It's a short box, 4-wheel drive. It's already got some upgrades done to it. It's got a fuel cell in it. The axles have been switched out to 78 axles, so we've got disc brakes. A few different things like that. It currently runs and drives. If we wanted to, we could just throw a paint job on it, pretty it up, take care of a few details, and it would be fine. They could drive it whenever when they get their licenses. But I felt like it was a lot more important to teach them what is actually involved in building a vehicle and repairing a vehicle and that kind of stuff. And so what we're going to do is we're going to tear this thing all the way down, not like super all the way down, but we're going to tear it down. And I'm going to show them how to take the engine out, what's inside the engine, how to rebuild the engine, how to clean everything up, how to maintain and repair and upgrade a vehicle. I'm going to show them how to do body work, metal work, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not an expert on all of those things, but I am open to learn, and we'd like to invite you guys to follow us along on the journey of this build, and hopefully you guys will be able to get some good information out of it, or just some enjoyment. So here we go.
All right, guys, here's a quick recap of all of the work that we've done over the last 2+ years working on this freaking thing. Every single nut and bolt on this truck we have touched. We've undone most of them. We've broken a bunch of them. It has been a learning experience for all of us. None of us want to do it again. But I'm going to walk you guys through some of the stuff that we did. Not everything, but some of the stuff we did, just kind of as a recap. So here we go. So starting off, first thing you can see is the beautiful blue color. This is a Mazda color. It's winning blue. We painted it ourselves. Hold on, Kyler. We painted it ourselves. You can tell that we did not do all the body work on this truck because it's going to be their first vehicle, and we didn't want them to be afraid to drive it. So the only thing new on this truck is, on the body is these fenders. These are new. Everything else was what we had. We got some runs, we got some dents and dings. You can see this. Totally fine. Looks great. Looks cool. Awesomeness. On the front end here, we did put a brand new bumper on from LMC. They're not sponsoring me, and some of their stuff isn't that great, but a lot of it's really good. But we got the fog lights in there, so that was cool. We used the same grill shell that was on it. It's kind of beat up and dinged up and stuff because Dad was being cheap, and I didn't want to buy a fancy new one because it's their first vehicle. We did replace the grill inserts. These are for a 72, I think. And then we also upgraded the headlights to an LED style headlight with the little halos on it. Hayden, why don't you go pop those on so everybody can check them out. And then we also put these on. These are brand new. These things were so hard to find with the F100 in them. We were able to find the F350, but that was it. So we got those on both sides. They're super shiny and cool and beautiful. We've got, you can see here, you get the halos going on. Go ahead and click them off, Hayden. Click them back on. One more. Oh yeah. So that's cool. It's shiny out here, so you can't see it that great. Kyler, go ahead and pop the hood. Let's check out the business end of this bad dog. Now the engine, good friend of mine, Bill Schultz, he owns Thunder Racing Engines. He not only helped us, or not only built the engine, but he let us help him build the engine. And that was a very, very special thing for all of us. It's a 390 FE engine. It was punched just a little bit over. I think it's either 30 or 40 over, I can't remember. And he did put a little bit bigger cam in it. It's a 272 cam, similar to like a little bit of a hot RV cam. We still have the 2-barrel carburetor on it. We did change the air cleaner because we put an HEI distributor on it. I know it's a Chevy part, but they're better. I wish I didn't have to say it, but they are because I'm a Ford guy. Anyway, so we upgraded to an HEI distributor. We also, if you remember from the beginning, we had a beer can for an overflow, a Bud Light can right here. So we went ahead and got a Cool Guy Racing one, stainless steel, all Cool Guy stuff. I was going to put a Bud Light sticker on it for funsies, but the boys didn't want that, so we didn't do it. We also got like normal stuff, you know, upgraded wires, changed out the hoses. We ran some new wiring on some of the stuff. Nothing to be too crazy about. We got a new windshield washer fluid reservoir, all new lines, all that stuff. The motor is currently sitting at around probably 280 horsepower. We had, in one of the earlier episodes, we were using my dad's aluminum intake manifold and a 4-barrel carburetor, and it was all special and everything, and it was going to be so cool. I was so excited about it, but it had some problems. There was some pitting in the bottom of it. I tried to fix it. It didn't work, and I'm on a timeline because this dude already has his learner's permit, and he'll have his full driver's license here in a couple of months, and so we didn't have time to mess with it, so I just went with the original 2-barrel intake manifold that was on it. Then we went to, you thought I was going to say the interior, but I'm not, the suspension. Okay, so on the suspension, this truck already had a 5-inch lift. These are Deaver style springs. They're like the soft rock crawler style springs. They're stiffer on the bottom and they're softer on the top, right? It's called a progressive rate spring. Anyway, that was already on it. These 33-inch Toyo Open Country MT mud tires were already on it when we got it. They were new when we got it. And then we put in some Rancho shocks, front and rear. But the cool part is you see this silver bar under here. These are custom Way Cool Guy rock crawler arms on this thing that we went ahead and added. It lengthened our suspension so that the axles can travel a lot more. Not something that we're actually going to use, but it was built for this style of a spring. And so that was kind of like a, yeah, let's go ahead and just do it right while we're doing it anyway, right? That was a ton of work and a lot of learning happened there. You may also notice that this paint is sparkling so freaking beautifully in the sun. This is the first time that we've really had it out in the sun, and I love it. It's so gorgeous. Mazda Winning Blue, if you want a copy. The next thing that we did on the outside is we needed some steps, right? Like, that's kind of a long ways up, right? It's kind of a pain in the butt. We wanted a rock slider style, like uptight against the body there. But we also wanted something that was going to be able to be used because it snows here a lot and it's cold. And we don't want to fill our boots up with snow and mud and junk. So we built these steps out of some old machinery that we had at my job laying around. And it's 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, I can't remember, square bar. And then this is just some expanded metal. And then we put on a cheapy bed liner, spray can bed liner stuff. And it totally works out great. We got one coming up here, one coming up here on the pinch welds, and then we have another bar that goes clear back to the frame because I'm not a small guy, and that way it'll hold me up. Then back here, my buddy Quentin Messick, he owns East Idaho Spray Liners. He did a bed liner for us, and again, super cool. He, instead of just doing it for us, he let us help him and he showed us how to do it. That's in a previous episode. It was super, super, super cool to learn how to do that stuff. It really isn't that bad. I mean, if you have the equipment and you know what you're doing, it's really not that bad. As far as the bumper, this is the bumper that was already on it. We didn't mess with that. We did put all new lenses and everything, and we upgraded these to LEDs. Hayden, will you hit the brake pedal, please? So instead of just one little bulb that's all dim, we got super bright multi-bulbs. And then our backup light's super bright too, so that's cool. The truck already had a fuel cell in it instead of the fuel tank behind the seat in the cab. So we left that alone. It also already had a dual MagnaFlow exhaust. We left that on there because it sounds freaking sweet. So now here comes the good part. Come with me. The interior. As you can see here, Hayden is showcasing our interior for us. Now this is the seat that was already in the truck. However, we took it to our buddy Mike Lyon at the Upholstery Center in Idaho Falls, and he let us pick out some material. We picked out this checkerboard patterny stuff. It's like it's black, but it's got kind of a lighter gray. It looks a little bit different in the camera, but it's really darker black. And then we got this suede stuff and the rest of it. And we used that suede stuff also on the door panels. He gave us some extra material there, and we did this ourselves. We also got, new armrests and stuff. We upgraded. We put some speakers in the doors, some Fosgate 6.5s. We put new everything. We put inside there the little mechanism that allows it to roll up the window. We put new ones in both of those. We put new side glass in, put all new rubber in so that it seals up nice. All of that stuff. These babies right here, these were another one that was hard to find, the little sill plate. We got brand new ones of those. We originally had Hayden polish those. What did you think about that, Hayden?
I didn't like
He
it.
didn't like it. He spent like 2 hours polishing the originals, but they were cracked here and here, and that wasn't going to work. So finally, when we got an opportunity to buy some, we bought some. We got brand new carpet in there. This is the fancy stuff. I'll never do it again because it's a pain in the butt to work with. Also, we got some stainless steel cup holders. Mike hooked us up with those so the boys could put some drinks in there when they're cruising around. We did a brand new dash pad from LMC. You probably saw me complaining about this before because it kicked my butt really, really bad putting it in, but it's actually kind of nice now. And we upgraded to some Cool Guy center channel speakers. So right now we have these set as the front speakers. There's 2 of them in there. We have the door speakers as the back, and then we have a subwoofer behind the seat. I'll show you that in a minute. We upgraded the stereo. This is one of those stereos that looks like a factory one. It's totally not. It's totally like a Cool Guy Bluetooth, way fancy, nice stereo. And it sounds freaking awesome. We also added the ability to take hands-free calling because that's a thing now. Over here, we rebuilt the bezel completely. We redid all the needles, all that kind of stuff. We painted this whole bezel black instead of the silver and black that it was. We added a tack right there. We added a Cool Guy custom steering wheel. Changed out all the stuff inside of there, changed the little blinker switch and the wiring and all that stuff. And Hayden, would you mind hopping out so we can kick this seat forward? And what we're feeling for it, there it is. There's our subwoofer right there. It's an 8-inch powered subwoofer, or 10, I can't remember. I think that's a 10. Anyway, it's back there. It doesn't bump really hard, but it adds a lot of filler sound, and it's nice. We also sound matted the whole thing. We did the suede headliner too. I forgot to tell you, sorry. And new rear view mirror. New visors. All the shiny stuff. Sorry, the sun's kind of blinding you guys. I know that. All that stuff's brand new, shiny, Cool Guy stuff. And we also did one more thing that they just shouldn't have gotten, but I gave it to them because eventually I have to ride in it too. We did heated seats. We got one on that side and one on this side. We don't have one in the center, but that's a Cool Guy thing there. I'm gonna cruise over here to the driver's side and I'll show you from over there. And we put some heavy duty rubberized floor mats in there because this is a pickup and we'll be using it as such, right? Okay, here we are in the driver's position. This was a necessary upgrade. Key ring. Here's our switch for our fog lights directly below the headlights. All these are brand new. All this stuff's nice and shiny and new. And you can kind of see that. We zeroed out the mileage with the new equipment because it doesn't have any miles on it now. We rebuilt the motor, we rebuilt the transmission, we rebuilt the transfer case. This truck, it's getting ready to have the axles redone too, but they're okay right now. They've just got some leaky seals, so we're gonna take that in and have them do that because that's outside of my pay grade. But this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 years of work with me and my 2 sons. And I couldn't be any more proud of what we've accomplished, what we've learned, and what we've grown. The things that we've done together, the memories that we've made, It's a very special thing. What do you guys have to say?
It's tiring.
It's tiring?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of this build?
Nothing.
Nothing? There was no part of it that you liked?
When,
I liked when it actually
yeah,
worked.
when it was driving.
When it was driving, so just a few minutes ago? All the rest of it you didn't like?
When it actually worked.
When it actually worked? You didn't like any other part of it? None of it was cool that you thought about? Was learning, anything like that? No, it just was all bad? Okay, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I have a least favorite part.
What's your least favorite part?
Sanding.
Sanding?
We had to sand the entire truck to paint it.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, wasn't it? What was your least favorite?
I was gone for some of it though.
That's right.
I had to go to the beach one day.
Your least favorite was your brother?
Yeah.
Doing all the work?
No.
Oh, burn!
Not doing all the work.
Okay, well, I want to tell you guys thank you very much for following along on this build. It has been a very, very special thing for me and my boys. And although they say that they didn't like any of it and all that kind of stuff, they really did. They learned a ton. I learned a ton. We really built some strong memories. It's something that we'll remember forever. And this piece of junk truck will probably be in our lives forever. We'll be fighting with it, you know, just like all you guys do. That's actually where the name Never Done came from, is they're never done, no matter how nice they are, no matter how much work you put into them. So thank you guys very much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
But you wanna see something you ain't seen before? Got a flame job, right on line, right on the floor. Got a build 460 and it's supercharged, 12 inches of lift, large and in charge. Keep my cowboy hat tilted to the side. Country thug giving him a hell of a ride. Now you see me fly by, got the 44 spinning, mud flipping, cow tipping.